that was just, guys, to give you a little taste of On a Cloud. And I will pass it on now to Mr. Howard McLaren. Howard, you're on mute.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this great next 45 minutes to an hour. And it's a great opportunity for us to sort of deconstruct how we decide on products, you know, how the team works together and to get you a product that is absolutely fantastic, you know, that using PCR, plastics and everything, you know, that we can do to have sustainability. But our process really starts with ideation. You know, the team gets together, usually about 10 people in the room, with obviously product development team. And we just go through a whole bunch of stuff, you know. And 6 years ago, when we started making products, we want to make products that really are, you know, crucial to our industry, you know, crucial to what we do here. And I think that's one of the most important things for us, you know. And it was so important for us to think about, obviously, creating classic products, and reinventing them and bringing them back to something, you know, to the brand. And, you know, we started moving into sort of like really the health of the scalp, the health of the hair. And On a Cloud really is the epitome of like where we've got to for repairing sort of like, I don't want to call it damaged hair, but it's just hair that we've, you know, bleached or, you know, that we work with, you know, and use hot tools and all that. So, you know, usually what happens is we'll come down to 3 or 4 products per year that we feel that would be really important to you as hairdressers and to your clients. So On a Cloud, you know, it started with the whole Baobab, you know, and I'm sorry the way I pronounce it. It's not a Scottish word. It's like it's an African tree. So Baobab is an oil, a very light oil that really does repair hair. And you know, and we debate it. You know, we'll go for a couple of days just debating. You know, is this the right ingredient? Is this the right product? Is it the right time? And for us, you know, we are very open. You know, we work very well together as a team. And you know, the next thing it follows up is the, you know, product development team. You'll hear Miguel talk about it. Is like where we get it to something where we can start to test, you know, and feel good about what we're making. That it is part of the R+Co brand, you know. And obviously, it's always vegan, no parabens, made in America, all that stuff. But when we start testing, you know, it can take 3 or 4, 5 months to get to a point where we're happy with what we're doing, what we're making for you guys, because ultimately, you know, it's not just a marketing team coming up with an idea and shoving it, you know, right out their office, you know, instead of, you know, being an artist-based brand. You know, we really take care because we're hairdressers. You know, we use our products, you know, and Gan and Tom and the rest of the team, you know, once we're sort of like happy where we're getting it to, it takes that point of now, how do we create a name for it? And me and Amanda Wall usually, you know, I'll send her 100 names, you know, and, you know, she'll be like, this is rubbish, you know, this is good. And we go through and find the right sort of name for it, because our naming has been very sort of accurate to what the products do. And On a Cloud is really, you know, about luxury. You know, the separation is like you're floating in air, your hair's just looking amazing, you know, and that's something that, you know, over the years we've really realized is so important when you use great products. You know, we've got a very smart consumer, you know, and they can research as much as we do on ingredients and stuff, and the transparency that we have as a brand is so important to us. And that's why things like this now, being able to do a Zoom with you guys, to explain our process, that in turn you can explain to your clients why these products exist. They just didn't come out of, thin air. They were thought about, they were tried, tested, tried again, tested, tried again, and until we felt that we had something that was really worth putting on the market. And one thing about us is when we started R+Co, products, we really felt that we could raise the level of our industry, and the quality of products. And we don't care if people rip us off, because in the long term, we all benefit. Our industry goes up, and that's something that is so crucial to us, is that we, you know, yeah, we're the leaders in product development, and it's okay if other brands, rip us off. If is there any brands watching us right now, I mean, please try and replicate and bring a different level to, what products are, and how we look at our industry and develop it, getting into more of a professional industry, instead of, just we're just cutting hair, because that's not what we're doing. We're full on, you know, full service, great quality hair cutting, great products that just benefit and sort of like bring to life our haircuts when they're not in the salon. So um, once we sort of, let me get back to the development. Once we sort of like get an idea of the name, we then look at images, because an image is so important. And for us, if I can shoot the image, I'll shoot it. If not, then we use stock photography, because we want to keep it as cheap as possible, and that allows us to give the product development team the assets to really get great ingredients, because that's what it's all about. It's what's in the bottle. Obviously the striking images on the bottles, and smells, you know are fantastic, but it's really about what's in that is so important. So we try and keep our costs to a minimum, and not tool products, and because we want that profit, that money, to be in the inside. So it's something that we've become so good at, and we rely on each other as a team, and the team's so important, because once we sort of like sign off on, okay, go ahead with this, Miguel, like, we wait and see really what happens, because sometimes they don't work. Sometimes you just have a product, it's not working right, so we have to scrap it, or it's just being honest with ourselves, and not being subjected to, well, we need to have this product come out. And that's one of the coolest parts of being, part of this brand, is that the team effort is so secure, and it works in, even in salons. I mean, you've got a great team, you're flying, like, things are really working, and how you curate your salon, what products you're using. But On a Cloud really, is about pure repair, and how we sort of like take care of what we're doing to hair, and allow us to do it. You'll see Sloan, well, you just saw Sloan working with, I think her name's Abrielle. Um, she had like mental sort of like bleached out hair, but you could see the transformation quite quickly, and that's what people want. They want to feel immediately like, this is fantastic, smells great, I feel great, and that trust and the products are so important to us, because that's why we make products. Why we sort of do the education. Everything we try to put out is about authenticity, and really, to get the people who work with us. you guys to feel, that power that you've got products that can really kick ass, and not be worried about like, oh, I don't know what to use. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, if you get someone who needs repair, then get it. It's so important to us. And one of the great things is being able to do this through a Zoom is that we get to sort of have that relationship with you guys, and you hear the authenticity of like what we're trying to do, and it's not just bollocks. I mean, it's like really, we really think about what we're making, and you know, to bring you and your clients, something that's quite spectacular. And it's been an amazing journey for us, and we're not stopping. We got like 3 more products coming out this year that are just incredible, and we keep looking to, health of the hair. If we've got healthy hair, we can do whatever we want. Damaged hair doesn't look good, so protecting, you know, what we, how we use the products and how we sort of like give our clients the availability to do anything they want. You can bleach your hair every week, I mean, put any dye in it, whatever. But what we're here to do is give you the availability. And that's really what R+Co does, is like to help ourselves as hairdressers and artists, to do anything. So I hope you enjoy On a Cloud. It's fantastic. And I'm going to hand it back to Valeria, if that's cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Howard, for that. It's always great to hear from you and to hear, sort of like the inspiration behind a product and how products are done. So just so you guys know, like a lot of our iconic products like Death Valley and others, like it's been shot by Howard and Amanda. So a lot of the stuff that you see, we don't have the budget to go into these big sets. Like it's like scrappy. And I love that about this brand, that we're scrappy together. It's really what's in the bottle that's the magic, right? Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's, that we are a company that, can do that, you know what I mean? Because we're a small team, but we rely on each other and we trust each other to bring something. And, every idea is a great idea, but when you find the right one, it's just fantastic. So that's how we work.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, Howard. Now we'll pass it on to
Thank
Mr.
you.
Miguel. Miguel is the director of product development who worked on this brand, who put this magic in a bottle.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Valeria and Howard. Howard, that was absolutely accurate. We can go to the slides if you want. But I wanted to start reaffirming what Howard was saying, that before we come out with a product, we launch a product, we go through extensive work. And in the case of, in particular, On a Cloud, after weeks and weeks of marketing research, we were seeing the need of launching a collection that dedicates to purely recover and repair the hair. And then we were also thinking, like, but what is the next ingredient? And we wanted to have an oil, because we still believe that oils are so important on the hair care market, especially professional market. And we want the next argan oil. So I really believe that the Baobab protein oil is going to be our next argan oil. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Baobab tree, or Baobab tree. So it's an African iconic, is considered a tree of life. And it's in the heart of many traditions of Africa, remedies, and folklore. Native to the African savanna area, where climate can get extremely dry. But it's a symbol of life and positivity. The tree can live for up to 5,000 years. It reaches a height of 30 meters and 50 meters in circumference. During rainy season, the tree can absorb lots of water in the vast trunk that it has, and it enables to produce this beautiful fruit. And also the tree can survive during those very, very dry seasons because of the water content that it is able to hold. Then the tree offers a fruit, and this fruit is dense and rich in nutrients, and people in Africa ingest it for many health reasons. But the fruit is rich in oil and protein extracted from it. It's rich in antioxidants, fatty acids, which are the oils, right? Protein that make the tree so strong and so can protect through the environment, and then full of vitamin C, which is the antioxidants, right? So some of the health benefits that this tree can provide to the people that live around this area is they consume it for reduction of fatigue and tiredness. So it reduces energy. It's amazing for the digestive system because it acts as a natural probiotic. It provides healthy, younger, beautiful skin and hair because the baobab also produces collagen. So it's used in a lot of skincare products, and it fights signs of aging. It strengthens hair from breakage because of the proteins, right? And the oil moisturizes the hair. So African traditions have used this oil for centuries to nourish their hair. So this was probably like their hair oil, that they used daily. And then, of course, the protein is able to bond to the keratin proteins within our hair. So that's why we thought that this tree was so magically beautiful that we were like, we need to use this next oil. So now that you know a little bit more about the oil, we can dream on a cloud, right? And first off, the Baobab Oil Repair Shampoo. So this is a very transformative formula. It starts as an oil, very rich oil, and once you start lathering it in your hair, it becomes this beautiful, rich, creamy lather that gently cleanses the hair. So it's going to respect the lipids that you have in your hair that are helping you to maintain your hair healthy. And then the repairing starts with the shampoo because it starts penetrating, infusing moisture, essential oils, and all those caring ingredients. So this one, of course, is for anyone looking to gently cleanse their hair and repair the hair. But like Howard mentioned before, this is not just about repair. This is for anybody because anything we do to our hair, even combing it, even washing it, even towel drying it, produces damage to the hair. So it's really about turning back the clock in terms of hair and bringing it to a very, very healthy state. So I don't need to tell you about how to apply it. I'm sure you know how to apply it on damp hair. Rub a good amount and rinse. You can use it for a second time if necessary. The fragrance that we chose for this collection is Rosy Eyed. As you know, Rosy Eyed, it's a beautiful fragrance that has fig and citrus notes. So you get this bloom in the shower with the warm water of this fig and beautiful citrus. Now, the key ingredients, of course, the baobab oil protein. It helps to build bonds and nourish the hair repair. At the end, when I talk about the last product, I'm going to talk about a little bit more in depth about how this technology works. But I'm going to continue here with vitamin E and C. We know already how rich in antioxidants these vitamins are, and they're amazing to fight against free radicals that we are exposed to daily. through the environment, and plant protein that helps to fortify the hair. I know that people sometimes get scared with the word protein because proteins can make the hair hard. But I promise you, this formulas, the proteins in these formulas are completely balanced with moisturizing ingredients. So you have strengthening, but at the same time, the softness that you look for and the silkiness on your hair. And then maca extract that helps to moisturize and protect the hair fiber. The next one, please. Now you would ask, why not a conditioner and only a mask for this collection? So this is part of also that marketing research that we do before launching any collections. So we found out that someone that has damaged hair tends to skip the conditioner and goes to something a little bit more rich and hydrating. And why not create a mask for it? So we decided to skip the conditioner and go straight to the mask. Now this mask is really amazing. It's so smooth. Is the body of the cream is all made with mango butter, as you see here on the bottom of the screen, which is very rich and replenishes moisture. It also adds a layer of those lipids that we take away with everything that we do to our hair, styling, washing it. You know, like we deplete the hair of those good lipids, right? And this creamy, rich formula is also very transformative because it's oil-based, but also it absorbs very fast. So it's not going to be that lardy, heavy, you know, creamy that sits on top kind of a mask. Instead, it's going to be a mask that magically absorbs very fast. And I suggest to put it on in a downward motion, and then continue to detangle the hair. Leave it for 5 minutes. If you have time, leave it for 10 minutes. You will see the difference. It helps to rebuild those bonds. So in terms of the three products, the mask is the one that has the most levels of this baobab oil protein ingredient. This one also has vitamin E and C, plant protein, and like I said before, mango butter. And last but not least, we added leave-in styling conditioner. So you might ask, why Splash On Styler? Again, that's another key of the results of doing marketing research. We wanted to bring newness to the name, and instead of using a leave-in conditioner that's been so used, we decided to take something from K-Beauty. K-Beauty is Korean beauty, and kind of like borrow the name from skincare splash-on masks and make it into a splash-on styler. So this is going to be a leave-in conditioner. It's like a sprayable lotion. It's very rich. So I would start with a little amount and detangle the hair. On fine hair, I would use it from mid-shaft to ends first, and then whatever is left to go through the roots. For someone that has coarse hair, medium texture, and a lot of curls, they can like spray it as much as you want. I know it's going to absorb well. And this one also has the same amazing ingredients, but also has grape seed extract that's amazing for shine and fight free radicals as well. Green tea, vitamin B5, which is panthenol, right? To smooth and protect the hair. Now, this one, because we added a little bit of styling ability, as you saw the video with the model, she was able to create those beautiful curls. It's because of the styling ability in the product. So we decided to use a cold sealing shine complex. So this is a polymer that does not need heat styling to activate. So you can let it dry naturally, or of course use a diffuser. It's not going to affect it. Helps to seal the cuticle without any weight. Now, it's not added on this slide, but we conducted clinical tests, and when used as a system, we've got amazing results, and we found that anti-breakage came back up to 85%. So after one use of the shampoo, the mask, and the styler, people experience 85% less breakage and visible repairing results. So that was amazing finding. And also, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the Baobab oil protein technology. So it works in a dual action. So it goes in depth to the and bonds, the sulfide bonds that connect the amino acids in the keratin in the hair, right? And then also provides the lipid layer that we have between the cuticle to maintain the hair nice and close and shiny and healthy. So that is how this technology works. And I think I covered everything that I needed to cover. I know I'm going to have a lot of questions. Any questions for me right now?
Yes, we have a few questions. I was waiting for them until the end. Thank you so much, Miguel. So I'll go through the questions in the order they come in, and then we'll move on to Sloan's self-styling demo. Could this be thought from Lori? Could this be thought as an anti-aging line for the hair?
Yes, because remember, it's loaded with vitamin E and vitamin C, and we know that those are very strong antioxidants that protect the hair from free radicals, and those cause a lot of aging. So those ingredients are used a lot in skincare, and they also work amazingly for hair. So yes.
Great. From Christina, how is the baobab extracted from the tree? So I'm assuming, how is the oil extracted from the tree?
So I believe they use the seed. So if you see the fruit is like very big. As you see, the tree is huge. The fruit is very big, and they extract it from the seed. So that's how they extract the oil and also the protein.
Great.
Yeah. And in a sustainable way, of course.
Great.
We use organic certified baobab oil.
Great. Anna would like to know if the mask can be used under a dryer.
Absolutely, yes. I feel like anything that you put a little bit of heat on in terms of masks is going to help. I would be gentle with bleached hair, as always with any bleached hair, because bleached hair tends to absorb things in a different way because it's so porous. So I would try without heat first, and then I would, if I feel safe, I would go with heat. Remember that this is a strengthening collection, so it's going to make your hair feel very strong and soft at the same time. Okay.
From Tim, it says it helps. You've said that it helps for the bonds to rebuild. Does this act like a Olaplex?
A little bit, yes. Yes. So this is here. This collection was also, when we were creating it, we were thinking about, Olaplex and how we can, compete with such an amazing product. And the ingredient is able to bond the sulfide bonds. Of course, it is not the same ingredient as Olaplex because, as you know, Olaplex ingredient is patented, but there are similar in technologies that can be used, and this is one of them.
Great. Rochelle wants to know, is the 85% a clinical trial finding?
Yes, it is clinical. And it was an instrumental testing that was done on the worst case scenario hair type. And it's usually hair that's lifted about 7 levels. So hair that gets very damaged and is put under extreme stress. And once it's put under a lot of stress, we look at breakage. And they're able to count statistically how breakage is reduced after using the product versus control versus like using just a regular shampoo and conditioner. And that's how we got to the 85% reduction. So that was a
and I
statistic.
think what we're going to do is, because there's a lot of questions coming in and it's so great to see the excitement, but I know Sloane's hair is drying and she needs to do that demo. So let's ask one more question. And then maybe Miguel, if you can stay and answer the questions we haven't said on the chat, that'll be great. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So let's do that, just because there's quite a few questions that I think will be great for you to tackle, and then everyone can read the chat as well. But I think what I would love to do now is introduce Sloane. First of all, thank you, Miguel. That was great. By the way, guys, Miguel is also a hairdresser in his past life. And I think the fact that he comes from the knowledge of a hairdresser, like super helps, I think, in the product development. And, you know, we love his work around here.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So now we'll pass it on to Ms. Sloane, our global educator who worked on the campaign. She's going to be doing a demo for us today, a self-styling demo, as well as talking through sort of how she used it on the model, because her and the model have very different hair types. So it's great to hear her perspective on both different hair types. And then in the interim, you can keep putting in your questions on the chat and Miguel will get to them as well. Cool. All right. Welcome, Sloane. You're up next.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me. I'm actually super excited to share my experience of what it was like using this product on set. I've been with R+Co since the very beginning with Howard, and R+Co to me is like when you see two people in love and you're like, oh my God, how'd you guys meet? And it's like, we just met and then we knew. Like that's literally how I feel about R+Co. And you know, the first time I met the products were actually on set with Howard, and we were shooting the videos for the original line, and that's when my mind was actually really blown, because we were just using the products and then shooting them right after. We weren't adding anything, we weren't like faking anything in the back. Like we were just using the shampoo, you know, air drying it, blow drying it, and then taking those photos and then giving those to you guys. And then I was just traveling the country and sharing my experience of how it was working for myself and with my clients. And so it was really exciting to go to San Diego and have that gorgeous model and use these products. But, you know, when a client comes in with that curly textured hair, it can be a little bit intimidating for a moment, because you're like, you know, how am I going to, you know, make her feel good? Am I going to use a million products? You know, it's getting all that information, because our clients with curly hair, they're experts in their hair, but then it's really important to get all that information. And then it's so great because you're like, can just add in things, and also just, you know, seeing the way they touch their hair. And so with this shampoo and then the mask, you know, I'm shampooing her, you know, in a sink on set, and she's like losing her mind. She's like never felt her hair feel like that before, because a lot of curly clients can be, you know, let down by products. They can use a million products in a row. And so honestly, we just use the shampoo, that mask, and then we're able to photograph that for you guys and put that on film, and then use the splash styler. And watching her just like touching her hair, like her eyes were like coming alive in the mirror. She's like, this is amazing. And just using that splash styling product on her hair, and she actually never diffused her own hair before because she's like quite young. So, you know, she's like diffusing it and just like watching her hair come alive. And the whole time she's like, when is this product coming out? Wait, on a cloud? Like she's like trying to remember, like she's so excited to have that product in her home. And I never actually got to experience like a curly, you know, client just really going wild on the spot and just seeing that sort of repair happen right before her eyes. And that felt really, really special. And then I was just like, every time, you know, a new product from R+Co comes out, I'm like, they did it again. Like, you know, it's like so exciting. And so with this, like spending that, you know, those 2 days with her, even just like using it one day on set, and then the next day we went, you know, we had a studio with a shower, and then her using it in the shower. So it was like, you know, the first day I'm shampooing her in a sink, and the next day she's experiencing it again, like freaking out, and like getting to see it one day and the next day. And so even in 2 days from the first time to the second time, I saw insane results. And so for myself, like, you know, using it yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, I was like, I want to shampoo my hair. It looks amazing. Like normally I wake up and it's like, rah, you know, it's like a crazy highway. Like my hair is going in all different directions. But, you know, this morning I woke up, I was like already into it. Normally I have to like sort of adjust it and everything. And, you know, when you're using this product in the shower, the shampoo, it actually feels like it's becoming, you know, prepared to put the mask on top. And I love the way you were describing, Miguel, the way the mask, you know, works and everything. And even just saying how other masks are, a lot of people go in for conditioner, especially like curly haired clients, and they're just like using like a lot, you know, they just have been let down again, and they feel like they have to put all this stuff. And for me, like I have very, you know, small hair, so I can just use a little bit, and it's just coming through my hair, squeezing it in the shower, and I can actually feel, you know, my texture coming alive. And for me, that's when I know that a product is amazing, is when I have any kind of movement in my hair instantly. And so I love chatting about how this works on, you know, curly texture. And then my hair, which, you know, for obvious reasons, I haven't had a haircut in over a year, but I'm like, this is a haircut in a bottle. You know, this, my hair, my ends, you know, 4 days ago before I got to use it in my hair, like I was like, you know, desperate. And now it's really, my ends feel sealed. I feel like I can go longer. And you know, a lot of hairdressers will be like, wait, that's terrible if it's a haircut in a bottle. I'm like, but right now we're not actually able to see our clients as fast as they want to see us. And so I want to get, you know, this shampoo and this mask and this, you know, styling product in their hands a few weeks before they see me in their chair. Because how amazing if they're able to be like repairing their hair and preparing for their first haircut, you know, with you if they haven't seen you in a while. So I'm super excited about that. My hair feels amazing. And so for me, when I'm doing self-styling on my hair, I love to air dry my hair. That's how I love my hair the best. You know, like I said before, R+Co, like I would do all this kind of commotion to my hair to make it look like I didn't do my hair, if that makes sense. Like I would like blow dry it and then curl it and then put in like a paste and all these things. But when I met R+Co products, it was just like I could just shampoo and my hair looked amazing with just the shampoo. And then I could just use one product. And then, you know, throughout the day or throughout that week, I could just kind of keep layering things and make it get bigger and make it get smaller. And so, you know, like to be totally honest, like my products that I use for self-styling is like, this is like my favorite hooded sweatshirt. Like, so for me, I like tuck my hair. And if you guys, like, if you're not already doing this already, or if your clients aren't doing this yet, like they will freak out if you're just like, use this amazing shampoo, use this mask, use this styling product, and just tuck your hair away, you know, put it in a hooded sweatshirt and just kind of keep it like that. And for me, I washed my hair, you know, an hour before we're going to go live with you guys. And it's like, my hair was not this shiny like 2 days ago at all. And so even just like this kind of stuff, like showing your clients like how they can just style their hands with your haircut, you know, our products, and then giving them the confidence to just like know how to touch their hair. And so we, you know, we learn a lot of things from curly clients because they're used to having to sort of like manipulate and bring things out. But sometimes if clients don't have any kind of texture in their hair, they a lot of times they don't know how to touch their hair. They're over combing it, they're brushing it, they're blow drying it just to get it dry. But you know, have them just like stop and like squeeze their hair and like use their, you know, ears to style their hair. And I know it seems silly, but this is like this kind of stuff that we're doing on set. This is like, you know, hair from like a Celine ad. It's just that little tiny hook. Like when you see, you know, babes from like the 60s and they have that hook, it's just because they air dried their hair, like, you know, soaking wet before the concert. And then we're like seeing, you know, their hair like that, all the musicians and stuff like that. And so for me, like this product is just so reparative. My hair is so shiny. My split ends, I think they're gone now, actually. Thank you for that. And really the way that I style my hair is all hands, it's all placement, and all like these amazing products. In the past, if I've gone to use some kind of mask, my hair maybe gets some kind of repair, but it is stick straight. There's nothing going on. Nothing is happening for my hair. And that's not how I like it. And most people, I mean, at least my girls that I see, they want a little movement. They want things going on. And so you can even just like, I'm starting to do like Zoom tutorials with my clients too, if I can't even get them in the chair fast enough, and seeing how they're air drying their hair. They're gonna be so excited. Like, and in the video that I just did in San Diego for the brand, I had roots and I just got my color done. So it's quite natural, like, to have any little breakage around your hairline, because I'm a high lift blonde and then I have, you know, lighter bits painted, little breakage. It just happens because, you know, of a finer texture. But the styler, like, everything just calmed down, all this stuff around my face. Because normally right after I get my hair color done, anyone that's a blonde knows it's kind of like this for like the first like 3 weeks till it like finally goes down. But yeah, y'all really saved me with this product. Thank you so much. And, you know, we were kind of thinking, like, do we want to show you guys what it looks like to put products, you know, on top? That's an idea. Like, for me, I'm loving starting with just this moisture. Like, a lot of times clients will want to put in a texture product to air dry into their hair. For me, I want repair, I want that strength, I want that softness. And then once it's dry, I can go in and, you know, put my little sandcastle right here, really squeeze this, make it come alive, use my moon landing, my balloon, even maybe I could put some sail to like kick it up even more. But I think that I want what everyone to do is just shampoo, use the mask, use the styler, do those twists, you know, without however long your hair is, and just experience what it's like to air dry your hair with this product. And you're gonna freak out, and your clients are also gonna love it too.
Love it. Thank you, Sloan. Sloan has the coolest hair, and she's the one that actually taught me the hoodie trick. Like, she's like, don't touch it. You part it, you give it shape, and then you don't touch it. And that's like the hardest thing, you know, but I do agree. Like, I have the opposite problem from Sloan. I actually have very puffy hair. And what I love about this is that I can wash it and it has a nice wave without the puff. It gives me enough sort of like calming down without like the, Miguel and I used to work in the same office. He knows the puff, you know? So we have a few more questions. Would you guys mind if I just ask those, and then between Miguel and Sloan, we can tackle them?
I would love that.
Sure. Valeria, before you start, I saw a question about is it suitable for all textures, and I wrote that message only back to you. And since I have Sloan in here, I wanted to people are concerned, is it too heavy for fine hair? And I know you have fine hair, but if hair is damaged, like, this product is for, you know, all types of hair. Now, do you feel like you can switch to Dallas, for example, and keep this on the side, so when your hair feels a little bit that when you feel like you need the repair again, you go back to it, or like how do you feel about having fine hair and using this product? Was it too heavy?
Not at all. And actually, that is one thing that I'm always like with reparative, products in the past. I'm kind of like, I'm good, because I'll use
Right.
some, like just like we'll use a Dallas or moisture. My go-to, before the shampoo conditioner is television. Like I love it. It's perfect. I get the, that moisture. And now I'm super excited because I really did need this repair. Like I needed this shine. I was like ready for it after like, not having a haircut for a year, just getting my, hair bleached and everything. So I feel really excited. Like for me, this will be like, my like, I'll use it twice, 2 times, and then maybe like a Dallas, and then 2 times
Right.
because I love that sort of like thing. But
Right.
I also, this could be someone's every time they shampoo. I can tell that just by my hair. Like I am not. I know that my hair is not going to get weighed down by this product.
Amazing. Also, I love your tip of like how to like air dry your hair. So we all know, like, I used to do hair too, and when you get somebody with bleached hair, if you go directly from wet to brushing, how bleached hair sticks to the brush and all that, like, so for that reason, these products are amazing. But I love the idea of power drying or let it air dry first, even before you decide to like pass a brush to it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, I use like a wide tooth comb like this, comb it through. It's really delicate on the hair. I split it down the middle. You have to be gentle with your hair. Sometimes you have to show your clients, like I said, like I talk about this a lot, like teach them how to touch their hair. They always say like, oh, I wish that you could always be there, to do my hair. I'm like, okay, I could be actually. But but it's because a lot of times they don't even know how to interact with their hair. They've been trying to just make it do something. And so,
yank
like,
it.
Yeah, and they were like, here,
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Or I used to hate when, I see her color as an investment. I mean, you're spending a lot of money in your color, and you want color to be shiny and durable and vibrant, right? So then we create these products to help, clients to continue to have beautiful hair. And I used to remember I hated when like people got their towel and they were like,
exactly.
And I always, can we pat it? Like, you know what I mean? Like just pat it, like not junky like this, because it causes a lot of breakage.
This is, I love these kind of like special towels, like really, we're going to be not, we haven't seen our clients in a while, like show them.
Right.
Show them when you're, you take them back from the shampoo bowl, and while, they're like, oh, the shampoo is amazing. Like use that moment, kind of like notice how I'm touching your hair. I'm, keeping it in place. I'm, squeezing it. Like I literally could just style my hair by squeezing it and massaging it, all of that stuff, being really thoughtful every time you touch your hair. And these are all things that they're gonna love. What?
You taught me those tricks for sure.
Amazing.
All right, guys.
Valeria, so do we have any more questions?
We have some good questions, and we're running out of time, so we love to tell them that they're great questions.
Yeah.
So if someone who washes multiple times a week, can they use the mask every time? And then another one that's kind of related from Rafaela is, can the spray on styler be used daily?
Yes and yes. You will feel that your hair will become very, very, very soft. So if you feel that at a certain point it's too soft, then I would stop using the mask and use television mask, or just a regular conditioner like television conditioner, or if you have color hair, gemstone color, right, to maintain color vibrancy. And definitely the splash on styler can be used daily. Yes. I don't. There is nothing there that is going to build up or anything negative on the hair.
Perfect. The next question is, can this be used on people with extensions, whether they're sewn in or tape-ins?
Yes, when we did consumer testing, we had people with all different types of hair, including women with extensions. The only thing that I always try to do is when applying the mask, depending on the extension, I try to stay away from the root and just go from like an inch or 2 inches away from the scalp and add the mask, and then rinse very carefully. And then again, like pat drying is key, even for people with extensions.
Especially with people with extension, yes. And how would you say is the difference between this and Suncatcher and Centerpiece? Like if you had to compare the three of them, how would you say the differences are and who would use what?
Okay, so definitely this collection is for more repairs. So if your hair is super damaged, or if you feel like you need that extra hydration, I would definitely go with On a Cloud. Centerpiece is a little bit more styling and a regular leave-in conditioner. And by the end, Suncatcher, it's an amazing formula. It's a beautiful formula, but since it's a cream, you have people that prefer powder foundations versus liquid foundations. So it's really about the way you prefer to apply, a leave-in treatment on your hair. Suncatcher is amazing, but it's more rich for hydration and vitamins. This one has, antioxidants as well as, the reparative complex.
Got it. Thank you. And there's one last question, and I'm not sure if I understand, and it's from Cheryl, but you may. Can you recap the dual action of the liquid?
Yeah. So I totally understand. So I talked about how the oil protein technology works, and it does work in a dual action, meaning it penetrates the hair to rebond the disulfide bonds. So I don't know if we're all hairdressers. We went to hair school. They taught us how the hair structure is. So the hair is able to hold very strong because we have keratin inside it. But there is a chain of amino acids, about 22 amino acids that are hooked together by disulfide bonds. And every time we do chemical process or blow drying, we actually break those, right? So then after like manipulating so much the hair, bleaching it and all that, eventually the hair breaks. So then this product is going in there to kind of maintain the disulfide bonds like very strong, so the hair keeps nice and healthy. So that's one action. The other one is that also provides that lipid layer. We have, when we're born, we have lots of oils and virgin hair has a lot of natural oils, and we have a lipid layer that's called ACMC. It's a layer that people really don't talk about, but it's really scientific, and it's a layer that actually it acts like cement. So it cements the cuticles down. And again, every time we do color, we do hydrogen peroxide with ammonia. We open those, and color penetrates. We keep closing it when readjusting the pH. But after a while, it's like a door. After you open it and close it, open it and close it, the little hinge kind of breaks, right? And that's how we get split ends and frayed cuticles. So then this is going to replenish that lipid layer in between the cuticles to maintain the hair nice and healthy. Was that clear?
Yes. I mean, I'm not a hairdresser, but that was super clear for me.
I have one more thing I want to say to that. I feel like my hair is like children's hair, and I feel like that's like the best. Like what you said the scientific way. I'm like, that's amazing. And then for me, just to sort of share like how I'm feeling my hair, like it literally feels like children's hair, to me, it looks like when you see little kids in the park in the sunshine and their hair is just like fresh and new and like, you know, just on the universe for a few years, and it's kind of like glossy. Like, to me, that's how I feel. All my breakage is calm, it's shiny. And I loved how you talked about the like aging of hair. Like, before this, like literally I felt like my hair was like 100, and now I'm like 6 years old. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, that's all the questions. I want to thank all of you guys for joining. I definitely would like to thank Howard, Sloan, and Miguel for being here because, you know, like we said, everyone has a piece of the pie when we bring a new product into the market. So it's cool that you guys get to hear everyone's perspective and how this came about. Thank you guys for sharing your knowledge, and we will see you guys again at another R+Co EDU class.